Hey, and welcome to Swirlwatch, the third installment in the hyperspace connected universe from Sleeper Games. This game released the 17th of April, and I'm finally early to release that I can actually do a review on time. Yes, this will be a review style thing. I'm not good at reviews, but I'll try it anyway. So, Swirlwatch, yes, the third game, as I mentioned, by Sleeper Games. The first one being Hyperspace Dogfight, second one being Red Tether. Both of them being shown on my channel a couple of times. I enjoyed those games. This is the third one, and again, it's very different, yet very the same. What do I mean by very the same? Well, if you're familiar with Sleeper Games' other two games, well, I say two, but he has like two main games. There's like a bunch of mini games that you can go around and play with. You'll notice one thing, the color scheme. The purple, the yellow, it's kind of iconic at this point for Sleeper Games titles, this one being no different. Why is it completely different though? Because, well, there's a certain transgression, I think that's the proper word, going on. You had hyperspace dogfights, which was just balls to walls, guns blazing, destroy all the things. Leave a trail of chaos in your wake, right? Then you had Red Tether, which was a bit more puzzly, but still had a little bit of action where you could flung yourself into ships and whatnot. But had some good amount of tactics, puzzly things to it. I think that's Swirlwatch. Swirlwatch is a stealth game, believe it or not. You still have guns and gear and stuff like that, but the emphasis definitely is on stealth, which you'll see soon enough once we get into things. As the Steam page itself reads, Swirlwatch is a tense stealth action roguelite that takes place over an exploited gas giant. Infiltrate industrial installations, evade or eliminate guard ships, commit corporate sabotage, and grow the movement to unlock new gear. Can your actions free this otherworldly world? Anyway, the game kicks you off in a pretty lengthy tutorial, which is good, because this game definitely needs a tutorial. It's also not the easiest tutorial, which is also good. You really need to understand what your ship is capable of and what it is not capable of. One of the such things is prolonged gunfights. You do not wish to stay in combat for long. Anyway, I was bright enough to immediately skip the tutorial because I restarted the game straight away, and it booted me off in here, which means I had to go find where the tutorial was, but it was down there. Managed to get through it. Anyway, this globe is our mission select screen, and by that I mean it only selects your quote-unquote difficulty. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It just basically means how many quote-unquote waves of objectives you're going to get, I think. At least that's the big difference I saw between 1 and 2. Probably also like enemy density. Well, we're going to stick to 1 for this one, because I'm just going to explain how things work. We're going to talk about what you're seeing on screen here, but we'll end back things here to show you a few more stuff. Anyway, getting into the game is always pretty cool with his games. Hyperspace Dogfights had you being shot from a gun from orbit into the atmosphere. Red Tether had you delta diving into sonic beacon thing or whatever. This thing is no different. You're basically going to taxi with something 5-6 times your size, and you're going to do a, I assume, hyperspace jump or something. I always like these things. That was so cool. Signal lost. Remote cam shut down. Now enter in Corpo Proving Grounds. Operation Magnetic Sleep. The area you are in is always different. So we're now in the Proving Grounds. You might end up in a nebula or whatever. And of course your mission title is also always customly generated. Anyway, we got dropped off. So let's get into things, right? Just gonna immediately get out of here for a sec so I can explain what the frick is going on. Let's go over the simple things. That's your health. Right, 1, 2, 3 health points. LP is basically, I believe it's similar to your visibility or something. because this is a stealth game, and it's mostly around noise. I don't think vision has much to do with things. But anyway, yeah. We know large amounts that end up in the zone. You're going to steal those materials. Afterwards, you're going to do what you want with them. Just want them out of corpo hands. That's SRM. I believe is the same name the quote-unquote credits were in hyperspace dogfights. So yeah, we're still fighting corporation. I believe that was the case in dogfights. I'm pretty sure that's the case in Red Tether. That's still the case here. That's all I know from the lore. I'm not even sure if we're the good guys or not. So, you know. That's no joke. Anywho, let's not talk about stuff like that. Anyway, yes, you got 3 speeds. You got normal speed, and you can see your circle of detection. If the enemy is in that circle, it'll know where you are. You got super speed. You go faster, but make more noise. And you got stealth mode, which is slow as hell, but you know, has a pretty small circle. So, you are not the only thing that's hidden. Everything's hidden. So we'll go back to where we originally were dropped. We'll see that you occasionally see pulses on the map. Come on, game, don't make me do something I don't want to do yet. Let's skirt the edges a bit until we find something. Come on, give me pulses. Usually it doesn't take this long to actually find something. Come on, man, this is a review. I need stuff to say. So yeah, you'll come across other defense types as being a laser tripwire. I'm not sure how those work in 3D space, but hey, fortunately enough, we're not in 3D space. Oh, hey, look, there it is. There's a pulse. I knew we had one here. So yeah, this usually means that there's movement here. Right? You find out what it is while you use one of these. Yes, you have a sonar. Of course, like, immediately blew it by not hitting him. You actually need to hit them with the, well, one of the waves. Let's chase him a bit. Because one thing you need to know is, yeah, as you can see there, you do not always get the pulses. So we know there's something there. Now do you know what it is? Well, that's where this little laser beam comes in. There you go. We found ourselves an enemy. So, there's numerous ways to deal with enemies. First of all, you have a gun. In this case, it's a nail gun. It's basic equipment, but it'll do the job. How do you use it? Well, you aim, and then you click to shoot. We're not going to do that. Guns make a lot of noise, and people getting shot usually tend to yelp in surprise. So the other thing is, you have a melee attack. Melee attacks are silent. And as long as you're in sneaky deaky mode like this, you can get pretty close to them. The blue you're seeing here is the range of your melee attack, which is slightly smaller than your range, but you can kind of like drift towards them. Which is a technique we're going to be doing here. So you want to avoid the alerts, you want to get rid of your enemies silently. How do you do that? Well, with a melee attack. In this case, EMP strikes. It's not completely silent either, but it's the best option you have. Are you... You're moving, aren't you? Well, you don't seem to be moving towards me. So, you find yourself a nice little tiger, and you kind of like tap to stay quiet even more. When you're close enough, hello, 1, 2, 3 hits, and then you can take him. We've docked, we've boarded. Shut us down your fields, just turn into paste, well, better talk them. We can then interrogate. Scrap, I never liked that guy anyway. Here's the code. Okay, we got what we came for. He gave us information. We can then release him because he's going to talk. We can also capture. Which basically says, we're taking your ship, we're taking it somewhere else. That makes a lot of noise because you're basically setting off explosions to charge your, what's it called? Capture balloons? But yeah, if there's nothing around it, really not is that big of a problem. Enemies can also drop credits for you. Those are used in 2 places, both for the same thing, but slightly different. First things first, yes, you can get information because usually your objectives here will not have a location known. Locations you can see here are these things in the back, like Peepo 10, Olo 11, Nake 10. Left to right they go the alphabet, so A, B, C, D, E, F, G, blah, 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 all the way up to Z, or Z if you want. And down, or up and down is numbers. So we can say like, hey, you got to go to Peepo 4, then you know it's somewhere over there. But we don't know where it is yet, so we just keep looking. Occasionally interrogating ships will give you that coordinates, otherwise you can just keep looking. Furthermore, you also have a limited amount of ammo. You can see, I believe it's one of these screens. Let me find the button for it. Here. Yeah, we got 270 and 30 in the clip. In this game, if you got like 20 in the clip and you reload, you lose the remaining 20. No ifs, no buts, no candy nuts, you have been warned. There are ways to regain ammo, but you know, you still want to be careful about that. Of course, shooting is something you won't be doing too much, and you won't run out of melee attacks, but you do also have a limited amount of balloons. I believe it's 8. I'm not sure if you can get more. I've played this about 4 hours, which is more than I usually do for a review, but anyway. So next to weapons, we also have gadgets. We have flares, which basically make a lot of noise, and we've got torpedoes. Yep. I think that's pretty straightforward on what those are for. I usually play just with the melee attacks and the balloons. I don't know why, I just like the whole ghost mechanic way better. At some point we will be getting detected and we'll be thrown into a new mechanic, maybe even right here. Yeah, see what you're seeing now, the whole yellow thing? That is known as... let me just get rid of you first. I have to spot a code for specialists. Come along. Yeah, what you see there is react, and it's basically bullet time. You will not get spotted if you can take out everything that's looking at you during a react. If you fail, you get completely spotted, and everything goes into chaos. If it doesn't happen naturally, I'll show you what chaos entails later, but for now we'll just keep looking. What are we doing? Radon clearness, RAM storage, final late corporate officer analyst 1. So we need to find out where analyst 1 is. So we are going to have to go with violence at some point. Eliminate means no prisoners, right? Although maybe you can capture them. I've actually never tried that. Would be weird if the objective failed for capturing a ship. But yeah, we're going to have to be on the lookout for analyst 1. We're also going to be... Are you analyst 1? Yeah, there's analyst 1. Let's see if we can... distract you with a flare for a spell. Nope. Okay. One thing to notice, react gets shorter every time you make use of it. Let's see if capturing works. Yes, capturing works. That is important to know because thing I'll be showing you later. I was stupid enough to not be in this kind of mode, because I just made too much noise, otherwise the flare would have worked. I usually stay in this one, but for review purposes it is kind of slow to go everywhere like this. This is definitely a more laid-back game than Hyperspeed's Dogfights was, and Red Tether for that matter. Red Tether was a puzzle game, but once you started going at things, it was still pretty action-packed. This one is all about the, you know, lay an ambush, find your moment. Okay, this looks like something we need. Gotta stop her, because you're getting pretty darn close to me. Are you actively chasing me? There's no way you know I'm here, right? Let's get into a corner here. Okay, I'm capturing way more than I should be doing. Well, not more than I should be doing, but I am making a lot of noise with these. These things are never gonna get cleared of hostiles. Let's try to get out of it. Enemies are usually pretty darn good at finding me. And once chaos ensues, they get even better at it. So yeah, this is a investigate disturbance. They heard a noise, which was me capturing the enemy ship. Enemy ships don't, like, if you EMP an enemy ship and you don't capture it, it won't raise an alarm once it comes back, but, you know, it comes back, so... for this objective, I believe we can't start an alert, so it's a good thing we haven't done that yet. We are going to wait until things simmer down a bit here before we go back in. We'll stay a bit quiet. What else can I tell you in the meantime? Nothing I don't want to spoil just yet. There's a... What the hell is that? A bouncer. Okay, so that thing just is meant to kill you, but only becomes active when the alarm is triggered, I believe. Anyway, let's see if we can't avoid it, just to be safe. Let's see if we can make our way back to that vault, hopefully this time without... Hello? Okay, you patrol the vault as well. Can I see how many balloons I have left? I think I can yet. Okay. Don't worry about all the things you saw, we'll go over them eventually. Yeah, we'll let this thing come to us. I think I have a few left. I think this... Okay, there's the other... Is this that piece of junk again? It is not, no. Okay, well... Let's get rid of you. And if he's patrolling out this, we can go raid this while he's down here and... Other way around. Let's hope we still have some balloons left. I really would like to get rid of him too. You might want to choose to ambush him somewhere. Yeah, he's less of a... Yeah, I could probably just go around him. Let's see if we can find a way to take care of him. Let's load up the flares, see if I can't. I'd really like to know what you are first, though. Bioengineer cleanup organism. So let's track with a flare. Hopefully it'll turn around and we'll just go in for the EMP strike. That's how I like to do things, you know? Wait, did he stop there? Or was that the piece of junk again? Nope. Okay, you are the one that's orbiting here then. So yeah, as you can tell, way more sit back than the high octane action from Hyperspace Dogfights. It's kind of neat actually. It really shows that you don't have to stick to one type. You can diversify. Okay, he's coming. Let's try to prep for him. Once he's up, the vaults should be clear for us to raid. Okay, let's prep a flare here. You can usually see how many balloons you have at the bottom right, but you don't get a lot of opportunities to spot it, it seems. Okay. I don't think we've triggered... this guy's coming in. Yeah. Let's make ourselves scarce. And this should mean the vaults are open to us. Time to loot. And that should be the end of this objective. So there's a... I just lost my train of thought. You can tell I'm a professional at reviewing stuff, right? Okay. We don't actually take these with us, are we? Oh, we are. So those make noise too, and somebody is coming to check things out, it seems. Bit unfortunate. I was hoping we had this all to ourselves. Well, if he passes by here, we'll see if we can nab him. He's coming this way, it seems. Or he's just going straight through. That's weird. Grab as much as we can before we have to bugger out. He's probably coming up. He's not moving anymore though. I guess we may have spotted him. Although we did get a message that he was... Last one should be here, and then we can go get the other 4 down there. Once that's over, we'll go back to main menu and I'll show you a bit of what is available there. Okay, seems we had a balloon left for you, which is good. Maybe we'll get lucky here and be alone, but So, the reason you grab this kind of stuff is because you can find item printers. Of course, I know every one of these worlds, missions, whatever you want to call them, has one. And you can get ship upgrades by paying the SRO. And once you're in a mission, that's the only thing you can do with them. But as I said, they have another use. This is one being on the main menu. And I'll show you what that's for. This should be a mission complete. Evac inbound, wait for lifter. So, when you get spotted, like I mentioned, things go haywire, right? I'm not going to do it now because I need to show you one more thing after this. But if one of these guys spots you, you fail, you react, they, go aggressive. A timer, an alert goes off, a timer starts running in the background, that's counting down. I think it starts at 60 seconds, then for each time you trigger the alarm again, another 15 seconds is added. So the first alarm will be 60, then the next time you trigger it, it'll be 75, 90, etc, etc. It also means that enemies can spot you from way further and immediately start shooting you. They will team up on you, and you do not have the health to defend yourself against that. So usually it's a get spotted, you run away, hope you get away, because they are quite well at tracking you down once you have been spotted. You let things cool down and go in again, which is kind of neat because it kind of works like a reset thing. Because you have to, you can't just, if he spots you, you can't hide over here. There's just no way that's going to happen. You have to get out of ways, let's see if I have any balloons left. This is dangerous to do here, but okay, I still had a balloon left. This means I'm going to get spotted by that, or at least heard by that joker. See if I can. This is just pure greed, by the way. I think I'm out of balloons now. We just interrogate them. Spill smells or reliquidate your entire ship assets. There. Oh, I do have a balloon left. There you go. Alright, I think our evac is soon approaching. Dock with lifter and escape. If I knew where it was, I would. Ah, it actually is telling us it's over there. Okay. You do have a variety of missions that are not all just smash and grab. Sometimes you need to liberate a pilot. Sometimes you need to kill or capture, I guess, certain things. Sabotage facilities. I've only played 4 hours and I had a decent variety of missions. Anyway, our ride's waiting for us. Let's move on over and show you what else is appealing to us. Because it might not look like much, but there is more that I need to show. So that's a basic mission, right? It took us about, what, 20 minutes? 25? Yeah, it goes up to level 5. I wasn't the fastest here because I was talking a lot, but, you know. There's definitely a game that takes a while. Anyway, what did we get? So we get a rating, right? We got objectives, loot, takedowns, intelligence, and I get bonuses. You get bonuses for not killing anyone, which is the reason why I wanted to try out the grabbing rather than just destroying. There's no combat alert, which means you never trigger an alarm. The middle one is for never triggering a react. I've managed to pull that off once, and then never again. But that's a whopping plus 100. Anyway, you get 295. Those are not SRM. That's public opinion. Believe it or not. Anyway, what's cool is even when you go... Oh, here's a thing that I needed to talk about. Prisoner exchange. Yes. That's the ships we have captured. We got 2, 4, 6... Yeah, so I was out of balloons there. That's good. All of them have a specialty, right? You just... told by those icons, you got to like your Triforce, your wrench that's sending out Wi-Fi, sword thing or whatever you want to call that, needle thing, you know. Those are important as well. But let's head back into here. I like how this stays on, so you can still see things. Yes, that is used to unlock stuff here. As you can see, you get your same icons here. Newly individuals have joined Swirlwatch. Yay! So yes, all these question marks are items, gadgets, stuff for you to unlock. Not just unlock, which is important, but also your starting loadout. And that is where these come in. You get a budget of 100 and are free to spend on what you want. So if you want external parts bin, you can start with that, which gives you extra max and ammo for 15. If you said, okay, I don't want it, you can just go back to where is it here, and say, okay, I don't actually want this. Send it back, and it'll refund you. Say if you don't want the weapons, you can fund those and stuff like that. But yeah, all of these are things that you can unlock through play. So on one hand, there's like you actually have different ships. In case you want to go and hide, you can play as a box ship. How cool is that, huh? Anyway, I'll stick with this one, which is called Mellow Yellow? Something yellow at least. Wild Yellow? Something like that. Yes, the red ones are blueprints that you can unlock using, as you can see, they're public support, not public opinion, but public support. So you can unlock this one if you want to. And if you choose, we can now start with extra balloon ammo. See, I knew there was a way to increase that. Yes, so you need to reach certain levels in order to unlock all these. And you can tell we're at level 2, and some of these things require level 22, 41. There's a lot to unlock, which will keep you busy for a while. And I like this because it's grindy, perhaps, sure, but it's not like you need any of this stuff to win. At least not in the easy stages that I've seen so far. It might be that some of these are close to mandatory later on, but for now, you can do well with your starting gear. I don't even need all. I've only used the flares and... yeah, just the flares. I never used the gun, I never used the torpedoes, I never used the remote hacking. But yeah, the fact that you can just mix and match rather than being tied to, like, here's 4 different ships, each with 2 different layouts, so you have a total of 8 different starting loadouts. No, you just have 100 SRM, go shopping. You want to start without guns? I'm pretty sure you could start with no guns. If you want to start with 4 gadgets, you could probably do that, you know? here's just ship upgrades. And that's really cool. I wish I had it all unlocked so I can start mixing and matching stuff, but you know, I'll probably play this in my off time. This is probably going to become a Let's Play at some point. One thing that I also want to mention, in the comment section there will be a link to the Discord, Sleeper Games Discord. Be sure to hop on if you want to have any say on how this game further develops. Stefan is one of the most approachable devs that I've got to do anything with, and he's really on top of things. As I mentioned, I'm recording this on the 18th. The game came out the 17th. There's already been an update. And even so, like I mentioned before, there's games like, there's other games, Space Dogfights and Red Tether. Those are still getting updates as well. It's probably mostly bug fixes and stuff, or quality of life stuff, but the game is still being looked after. So that's all I can say. If you like what you're seeing, go play the game. Let's make sure that I give you the correct price. It's currently 14 euros with the week opening launch. I'm definitely gonna get my hours worth out of it. But yeah, that's all I can say. If you like what you're seeing here, I'm bad at reviewing stuff. I wish I could make things look better and cooler and stuff, but I can't. All I have is my word and what I know after, at this point, like 4 hours of playing. Yeah, this thing is something that I will be playing probably a lot of, because this is way closer to what I enjoy in games. I like hyperspace dogfights, but it came down purely to skill and to some degree luck with your upgrades. That's not a problem here. You start with whatever you can put together yourself. Then you had Red Tether, which I also found a really cool concept. I was just terrible at it. This thing, yes, it relies a bit on skill and luck as well, but planning is everything, I feel like. And that's probably, hopefully, where I can shine a bit. Again, not to say that Hyperspace Dogfights and Red Terror games are bad, but this one vibes with me more than the other ones. Either way, I think I've said everything that I can to we shot a missile at something. Maybe that'll get you guys involved. Let's fire a missile at something. Where's my missiles? Blast torpedo. Can you find something to shoot a missile at? Yeah, we can probably shoot a missile at you, right? There we go. There we go. Shot a missile at something. But yeah, there's just so much stuff. And the fact that you can just pick where you want to start with is such a cool little thing. I wouldn't have thought it, but yeah, basically saying, okay, here's some money, go buy yourself something nice, means you can do whatever you want with this game. Do you want to go loud? Get the best guns, get extra armor, go shoot stuff. Do you want to play ghost-like I do? Get upgrades that lower your detection radius, that increase your scanning range, all that stuff. LiDAR is your little beam thing here, you can make that stronger. And who knows what all these question marks are, right? Well, I know one guy knows, but he's not telling. Anyway, I'm just gonna keep rambling here, not adding much more, I feel. So this has been Swirlwatch. This will definitely come back onto the channel as a Let's Play, which it definitely deserves. Links to the game will be in the video description. Links to Discord will be in the video description. By all means, go click it. If you don't have the funds to buy the game now, just wishlist it. That helps developers a ton as well, I've heard. Anyway, this has been Swirlwatch, a stealth action roguelike by Sleeper Games. Thanks for watching this, and let me know what you think if you decide to get it. Bye, everyone.